Hey guys, this is Drabble Geek here, and welcome to another build. I was about to say house build. This is actually the first house build I did for The Sims 4, and it is the Cozy Hideaway, as you can probably guess from the title. But it's just a small 1 to 2 person home that I set in Willow Creek. Yes, that is what it's called. And this is my first home in The Sims 4. I mean, yeah, I renovated a home I lived in, but I liked it. And it's like a lot of the architecture, like the outside architecture of this house, changes from beginning to end because, well, I had no clue how scale really worked. Because as you probably saw, I put a bed in to one of the back room to make sure that a bed would fit, because I'm not that sure with scale. I had no clue what I was about to say, but yeah, scale. So I liked blue. Blue is like my main color for this channel, if you guys hadn't realized this by now. So like everything's like at least everything on the outside of the main house is blue. So I thought it'd be amazing, and having an outdoor porch area, I think it's amazing. And then I think the only thing not blue that leads out to the external of this house are those glass doors, since I didn't think um a blue glass, I think it is, would fit. So I just went with the standard glass. And it's like something you'll notice is that I don't choose wallpaper until, well, wallpaper paint, whatever, until much later. And then it's like one of the last things I choose is flooring. Yeah, I don't know why I did it. I just liked, I like choosing everything and then choosing a floor that matched. I don't know why. But this build took me approximately 90 minutes to make, which is about half the time it took for me to do the botanical garden build. So this was definitely a much smaller, definitely much smaller for me to do. And then it's like, even though this house furnished wouldn't be a starter house, I think it is a starter house because it's very minimalist. I mean, I got the basic necessities and then not more. I mean, like this dining table, it's like if you really wanted to, I suppose you can replace one of the chairs with a computer if you have like one sim. But because there's no computer, I mean, when I say this is minimalist, it's like there's a decent space, like if you want to have other Sims over, but there's not a lot of stuff, if that makes sense. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff, but there's a lot you can do with this house, and there's a bit of room. I don't see, like where I am right now, I don't see how you would really be able to expand, but I think it's a nice little one-story home. And then, although I do have to say, because I like basing some, like, of what I do based on things I see, and I, like, watch a lot of television. So this smaller house was definitely based off of a house I did, not did, but a house I saw on Hawaii Five-0, because one of the main characters, we finally saw the inside of her house for once. And then from what I could see, it was kind of set up like this, and I thought it was kind of cute for like a starter home for a single sim, or with a sim like starting their own family. So I started with the bathroom themes like whites and grays, and the bedroom, I kind of wanted to extend that gray, but I like currently my bedroom as like I live in a dorm, but like my comforter set is like grays and yellows, and I think grays and yellows go wonderful with blue, so I decided to have a slight, not an ocean blue really, but a minimal blue paint with the gray bed and then a yellow accent with some more muted grays. And I had no clue what to put on this bedside table, so it's like, let me put what I would probably put on my bedside table, my lamp, and then books I went to sleep with. And I didn't have any clutter because I couldn't really find any gender neutral clutter I wanted, because I wanted this house to be very gender neutral with everything, although someone might claim that some of my color choices as we get to the rest of the house is more feminine, maybe, but I personally would call it gender neutral. And then we have just a white and black kitchen with a grayish green I wouldn't call it backsplash. I wish there was backsplash for The Sims. I think that would be cool. I mean, I could probably do something to imitate backsplash, but I didn't really see it. Maybe like a mirror backsplash. I think that'd be awesome. Although I do personally, in my real life, prefer a tiled backsplash. So we just painted the rest of the house like this muted purple and like finished the entryway, so it has an entryway table where you could like put your keys, and then added a lamp. And then next we're going to work on lighting for this area. And I only worked on lighting for this room, like this main room, and not the bathroom and bedroom, because in my mind, other than the fact that I'm living in a dorm, I would not spend the majority of my time if I had an open house in my bedroom or bathroom, really. Like, that really shouldn't be where a lot of your stuff is. So I didn't really change the lights in there because I thought they were simple and fine, but you can always replace the lights if you want, to be honest. So I did a tiling in the bathroom floor, slight carpet for the bedroom, and then a dark hardwood floor for the rest of the house. And then I'm putting some rugs into what I have deemed the living room area, and then like a almost welcoming mat for the indoor. And it's like there's stuff, but there's a lot of open space as well. And now I'm like adding some pictures to the outdoor area, not the outdoor area, but like the main component of the house, where like if you did have guests over, where they would spend the majority of their time. And then next we're moving outside, I think, after I fix the stairwell, since I did change that. So at first I was just going to make this like where you came out, and then I was like, actually, I want this to be a patio area. So I'm going to expand this out once I do deem like, hey, that's actually what I want. And then it took me a while to figure out what type of concrete I wanted, because it's not the best. So I go with a bit of orange to go with the blue. I thought that was cute, considering that is my theme, blue and orange. So I made it slightly wider so that you could sit out there, and now I'm adding a grill area. And here's where I remember that we need bins. Bins are things. I almost did a sim supply and forgot the bins, but luckily I remembered. So we're adding some trees and some terrain paint, and I accidentally deleted that tree when I was going back in my terrain painting, but it does reappear, so there is more greenery. And here I'm putting some bushes out, in different colors so it looks like whoever lived here tried. And then I did, like, from earlier when I was in statues, I saw the gnomes, and I'm just like, it's not The Sims without gnomes. So I had the pink gnome, like, sticking out. And then here I'm just adding more terrain paints. And then it's like, I also like to put, like, the dirt terrain paint around the house so it doesn't look like it's flat on. So it looks like, hey, there's something actually here instead of floating it above it. Remembered I wanted a bookshelf last minute, and finally replacing this door with a door that fits, and as well as doing the roof, since I think the roof is always going to be last for me, since like my indoor architecture might change, so it's like might as well do the roof last in case things change some more. And then I put some grass underneath the stairs because I thought that was kind of cute. And then more terrain paint around to make it look more natural. And then since the sand terrain paint I put there makes more sense if you put it where I did, which is in the upper right corner of Willow Creek. So that's why I put that there. And we should be going to our screenshot soon, since this was actually took so much less time than the other one. So this is what the outdoor looks like. Once you come in the house, this is what you see. I think it's like kind of quaint yet really open at the same time. Here's our dining room area. And then we're going to hop over. Did I accidentally have that twice? Maybe. But here is our living room area. And then we're going to hop over to the bedroom. And then the bathroom. If this... Oh no, my computer's actually just being like really slow right now. But here's the bathroom. And then we're going to move out to the outdoor area. Like 2 different views of the outdoor area. And then we're going to see the overall layout, which I actually had fun doing this. And I was actually surprised at how much fun it was. But I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye!